while you were scrolling, sleeping, and going about your day. For humans quietly broke free of Earth's gravity and are right now flying around the moon, and this is the biggest thing to happen in space in over 50 years. On April 1st, 2026, NASA launched Artemis II from Kennedy Space Center, the first crewed mission beyond low Earth orbit since Apollo 17 in December 1972, more than half a century. For astronauts, one historic moment. The crew is Reid Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Christina Koch from NASA, alongside Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen. Together they represent the first woman, the first person of color, and the first Canadian ever to reach lunar orbit. After a 6-minute engine burn called the translunar injection, Orion broke free of Earth's orbit and began its outbound trajectory toward the moon. At that exact moment, for the first time since the Apollo program, humans left Earth orbit. Just like that, they named their spacecraft Integrity. Commander Reid Wiseman said the name guided the entire crew throughout training, the idea that every single day you strive to stay in integrity or you fall out of it. A spacecraft named after a principal, flying to the moon. Today, April 6th, the crew broke the all-time human distance record, traveling to 152,760 miles from Earth, surpassing the record set by Apollo 13 during its emergency return in 1970. No human being in history has ever been this far from our planet. At their closest approach, the crew flew within just 4,070 miles of the lunar surface, close enough to photograph craters, ridges, and parts of the moon's far side that no human eye has ever directly seen before. Parts of the moon that have never once been looked at by a person until today. During the flyby, astronaut Christina Koch described the moon's newer craters as looking like tiny pinprick holes in a lampshade with light shining through, something she said she had never seen in any photograph before. Human eyes seeing things cameras simply cannot capture. In one of the most emotional moments of the mission, the crew requested that two newly discovered craters be named, one called Integrity after their spacecraft, and one called Carol, in honor of Commander Wiseman's late wife who passed away from cancer in 2020. CNN says the 4 astronauts embraced and wept. Mission Control observed a moment of silence. As the flyby concluded, the crew witnessed a solar eclipse from space, watching the sun disappear completely behind the moon for nearly an hour, with the solar corona glowing around the lunar edge in a sight no human has ever witnessed from that position. Artemis II is not just a flyby, it is the foundation for returning humans to the lunar surface and eventually sending the first crewed missions to Mars. NASA says what is happening right now is not the destination. It is the first step of the greatest journey our species has ever attempted. 54 years after we last left, humanity is back near the moon, for people in a capsule called Integrity, 252,000 miles from home, doing something most of us will only ever watch from a screen. And somehow, that still feels like all of us went.